This El Paso History TV program is underwritten in part by the Hunt Family Foundation, an El Paso charitable trust that supports our local community, with the support of the City of El Paso's Museums and Cultural Affairs Department, and by the Pioneer Association of El Paso, Texas.
More than 130 years ago, the first smelter in Texas was built here in El Paso, more than 2 miles west of town. Eventually, the land became El Paso's west side, and the smelter became the American industrial giant named Asarco. The very first structure at the smelter, the administration building, was built in 1887. Today, it's the very last building still standing from a smelter that once covered more than 100 acres. At its peak, the smelter employed 1,200 men who worked round-the-clock shifts. It was hot and difficult work. Back then, workers' homes were mixed in with ore piles and railroad switching yards. The Smeltertown Catholic Church was originally built on the edge of the property, but it was moved to make way for more smelter operations. You can still see parts of the church's foundation along Donovan Drive. For decades, the Asarco smelter was a backbone of the El Paso economy, and its workers were paid well, but it closed in 1999 when copper prices fell. The company went into bankruptcy, and the smelter never reopened. Demolition began in 2010 as the smelter's gigantic metal and concrete buildings were torn down one by one. I'm standing in what was once the base of the tallest smokestack in the world, Asarco's 828-foot tower. That other cone over there marks what would have been the other side of the base. To build the stack, concrete was poured continuously for a year and a half. It was an engineering wonder when it went into operation in 1966, and it was actually a double stack, one inside the other. After the smelter closed in 1999, there was an effort to save it from demolition, and a 2012 engineering study said the tower was still in good shape, but there were no funds available. To take down the stack, 300 pounds of dynamite were packed into holes drilled in its concrete base. At sunrise on April 13, 2013, the 600-foot stack was demolished first. Seconds later, the base of the large stack exploded. Within 30 seconds, tons of concrete hit the ground, shattering like glass into billions of pieces. What had been an iconic part of the El Paso landscape for more than 50 years was gone. The top of the stack would have hit right about here. We managed to pick up a couple buckets full of chips that came from the orange stripes on the stacks that were sent to a museum. The rest is buried under tons of mountain caliche, and that's what you'll see here today. I'm Bernie Sargent for El Paso History TV on ABC7.
This El Paso History TV program is underwritten in part by the Hunt Family Foundation, an El Paso charitable trust that supports our local community, with the support of the City of El Paso's Museums and Cultural Affairs Department, and by the Pioneer Association of El Paso, Texas.